Hi, I'm Julia Rowan, and I thought at this time it would be useful to share some thoughts about learning. Most of us are working in different and new situations, and what that means is we're learning. But how much value are we getting from our learning? There's an old saying that we learn from experience, but actually that's not true. We don't learn from experience. What we learn from is reflecting on experience. But most people are so busy rushing from one meeting to the next, from one deadline to the next, that they don't have the time to sit down and reflect on their learning, and so it gets lost. And one great way to capture learning is by keeping a learning journal. And what that means is simply sitting down at the end of the day, taking 3 minutes to record something of what's happened in your day. And simple description is fine, together with any thoughts or feelings that occur about what you're writing. You don't need to analyse what happened, because the act of writing in itself is a reflective process. So what to write about? Well, you could write about anything at all that sticks out, where you felt comfortable and easy, where you felt uncomfortable, where you were surprised or challenged, how you reacted when you were under pressure. Anything at all really that sticks out from your day. And for clients who say to me, I don't know what to write, I say, look, take a pen and just start writing. Write your name and address, write down the date, because sooner or later you will begin to write about what's important or what has meaning for you. Every time I coach a client or work with a team, I take a couple of minutes at the end of the session to write down what worked well, what didn't work well for me. And by marking these things, I can have access to them and to learn from them. What I find, what my clients find, is that we start to notice things that otherwise might be out of our awareness. Things like mood, beliefs, expectations, hopes, fears, old wounds, insights, successes. And all of these things, these have a big impact on how we show up. There's a lot of really good research that backs up the impact and the value of writing. People like Professor James Pennebaker in the University of Texas, Laura King, the University of Missouri, Francesca Gino from Harvard, Gil Matthews from California, and many, many more. Now, some of us are in the lucky position of receiving honest feedback on an ongoing basis, but it won't come as any surprise to anyone to know that the higher up you go in an organisation, the less feedback you get. So leaders really need to be particularly aware about keeping this self-reflective learning channel open. I'm going to finish with a quote from a woman called Kathleen Adams, who runs the Centre for Journal Therapy, and just one of the many people who writes about the benefits of writing. Writing connects us to the parts of ourselves that have been lost, abandoned, neglected, forgotten, or ignored. We learn that there are wise, friendly, and sensible selves within us that want to succeed. They are willing to share their wisdom with us. Writing is the bridge. I hope these thoughts are useful.